My name is Een.
My name is Yassi.
And we will be your hosts for the day.
Correct. Before we continue, guys, we would like to give a shout out to the team behind Axie Infinity for making this wonderful event happen. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm super excited. How are you, Yassi?
I'm good. Super excited. I'm the newest part of the community. So ngayon, nakikilala ko na yung mga tao. Everyone's really excited.
I'm really excited.
passionate.
And we're really happy to have you here. And of
Thank
course,
you.
to all our viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. And dito lang kayo because we will be giving you so much enjoyment today and fun with Axie Infinity, diba? So,
Yes.
yeah.
Maraming mga super exciting things that will happen. So now, Ian, speaking of exciting things, what exactly are we doing today?
So we've got a lot of exciting things going on today. There will be 8 players who are going to battle in the arena, and it will be a double elimination tournament, meaning there will be an upper bracket and a lower bracket. Losers in the upper bracket will go down to the lower bracket and must climb their way up again to the upper bracket to have a chance to win the cup.
Love it. Ngayon naman, there will be 200 AXS, tama ba?
Yeah, 200 AXS are on the line, guys. 200 AXS! Grabe, right? And who's gonna take home this prizes? So super excited ako.
Napakaraming AXS niyan, and it's all on the line. And as an Axie manager like myself, I'm very excited to witness how these players are going to utilize different tactics on how to play their Axie teams. Parang hitting 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, tama,
kumbaga, diba?
tama.
So ang mangyayari, we can watch our favorite players, and at the same time, we can also learn para tayong magamit din natin yung mga skills na ginagamit nila.
Tama. I'm super excited because I've heard, diba, some of them are pros, some of them are also casual players, but they are actually prepared going here in the event, diba? I'm super excited. And so make sure to stay on the stream, guys, and we will see who will take home the trophy.
Guys, we have invited some streamers and celebrities to take part in this tournament. And as Ian has mentioned a while back, we have 8 participants. They will battle it out in the arena today to see who has what it takes to be the first Axie Infinity Creator Cup champion. Let us introduce each one of them. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. So first on the list, we have the strong, masculine, and multi-talented celebrity streamer, Eruption! Grabe, mask.
Ready siya
Ready.
eh.
Super
ready.
strong.
Parang na-pressure yata ako din kay Eruption.
Parang
ano?
gusto niya suntukin yung camera eh. Lagot tayo mamaya dyan.
Ngayon naman, we have the cutest streamer in the bunch, the small but terrible, Jillian Santos.
So cute. She's so cute.
Very
serious. She's so cute, diba?
Now let's introduce our third participant. She is known for her creativity when it comes to cosplaying. Let's welcome Charess.
She's so pretty, diba? And our next participant or our next contestant from Bren Esports Organization, a Dota 2 pro player and streamer. Let's all welcome Hezelya.
Serious lahat. I love it. I love it.
I love it talaga.
The next person that we are going to introduce, this guy has been all over the television and internet since 2008. Nako, bata pa lang ako, pinapanood ko na talaga
Grabe.
sila.
I know him. Yeah, kilala ko din talaga sila. They're really popular.
They have a lot of hilarious acts on Bubblegang and on YouTube. Hindi daw siya si Moymoy. Siya ay si Roadfill of Moymoy Palawan. Inuwi na yata.
Inuwi na yan. Roadfill.
Kaya guys, kung nandun pa yung trophy.
And for our next player, ito yung pinaka-inaabangan din ng ating mga viewers. He is known for his Skwela contents on Facebook. He also streams Axie Infinity. And you know what, Yassi? I have a joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Boarknock!
I was watching his stream yesterday. Next, we have the crypto guru, as they call him. Kookoo Crypto TV, sorry.
Kookoo Crypto TV! Let's go!
Nabulunan ako kanina. I remember kumakain siya. Then nagtabi kami. Kinilig eh.
Lako on stream.
Ay!
Sinabi ni Yassi. Lagot si Kookoo sa kay wifey niya.
Wala lang yun. Lunchtime lang. Lunchtime.
Yes. And last but not the least, our celebrity, streamer, and cosplayer, the lovely Myrtle Sarrosa. Super excited ako sa lahat ng ating participants. And again, those are our 8 participants. And I can't wait to get started and see who is gonna stand out on this tournament, di ba, Yassi? And
yes,
may the Axie God, Juhos, it's time be in your favor.
And in their favor,
Yeah.
of course, yung mga players natin. And right now, guys, the players are all complete. Let us give the mic to our casters. On the Twitch side, we have Zayori and Theban. And on the Facebook side, we have Archer and Invictum. Take it away, guys.
Hey, all right. Welcome, everybody. Excited to be here. Zayori and 1437, the dream team when it comes to English commentary for Axie Infinity. Okay, maybe not quite yet. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I can dream. Theban, welcome, buddy. How are you? Are you ready for the first Axie Creator Cup?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, you got a lot of really talented people, not only in Axie, but in other things as well, playing in this event. I'm so happy to be able to be here, analyze the game for you guys, and also be able to cast with you, Z.
Yeah, absolutely. And for this event, of course, we're still taking steps down that rabbit hole to establish Axie esports. We're working on a drafting mode. We're coming up with new ways to add layers of strategy. And for this event, each player was locked to 9 Axies. So each one showing up with up to 9, and they have to stay with those 9 Axies throughout the entire tournament. Of course, they can switch around in between any individual match, but we tried to limit the amount of Axies players could bring, so it'd be maybe a little bit easier for us to follow, a little bit easier to talk about some of the counter plays that could be available, and also prevent these players from having thousands of Axies from just coming in and tearing this thing up.
Exactly. You know, we're still very early in Axie Infinity, so we haven't really, got the perfect way to run an event quite yet. There's a lot of, like recently there was a Axie Galaxy Cup that had where you can just choose Axies from a certain pool, like Dota 2 does, where, you got some ban system, you got a pick system, which is really awesome. I really like the idea of just being able to lock in 9 Axies. It doesn't mean you're locking in only 3 teams. You can actually use the other Axies from your Axie pool to create multiple different teams potentially. So there's a lot of room there for everybody to play with.
A lot of layers. Let's take a look at this bracket. Hopefully production's ready for us here because I want to see these matchups. It's going to be double elimination. So we've got 8 players and all of them are going to have 2 chances throughout this tournament. I'm glad we've gotten away from the single elimination. We'll get to see everybody at least twice, but it's still a pretty brutal format here, Theban. And there you go, our matchups for you. We're going to have Boarknock versus Eruption up first. That should be a good one. Then we're going to move into Roadfill versus Myrtle for our second matchup for upper bracket round 1. These are all best of 3s, by the way. Best of 3s to get things started. We're going to have Charess versus Jillian after that. And then Kookoo versus Hezelya, going to be our 4th matchup. After that, the bracket will start getting filled in a little bit. We'll have some lower bracket round 1 best of 3s. Then after that, it is all best of 5, baby. We'll make it all the way to that grand finals, and 1 champion will be crowned. Worth mentioning as well, 200 AXS on the line. Every player will walk away with some AXS. I think the bottom prizing is about 10 AXS or so, if I'm not mistaken, and all the way up. So you get something for showing up, but a pretty strong incentive to make it all the way to the top. I believe it's 40 AXS for first place. So pretty exciting stuff here. And there you go. There's the bracket again, in case you missed it. There is a lower bracket there, but here are the names in very high HD. I hear some sounds in the background there for production. It sounds like somebody's getting hyped up. I hear some warrior calls, Steven.
Yeah, it sounds like lots of fun. I'm very sad that we were not able to be there with them to, feel the pressure. It's also kind of fun, right? Like a lot of these people, they seem like they bring the life to the party, essentially. Yeah. So I can't help but feel like I'm missing out on something not being in the Philippines right now.
Totally. We really wanted to be there. We really try, but obviously international travel, a little bit more difficult these days. We were worried to get stuck in some sort of quarantine and either miss the event if something went wrong, or getting stuck there and not being able to come home. And it worked out just a little bit easier to have us remotely here. But sending all those positive vibes to the Philippines in the studio. And of course, best of luck to all of these competitors as the action takes place today. We will jump into that first series when the players are ready. So we're going to continue to chit chat and talk about these players for another few minutes, but we're going to get the action started before too long here, folks. So I hope you're ready for it. I hope you're excited. Axie without delay, Axie on land. I mean, we're going to have player cams here, Theban. We're going to get to see like live reactions to the big crits and the misplays and the big plays and the turnarounds. And I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge milestone, right? Like, it's actually the first LAN, so to say. I know this is like not maybe the most competitive LAN that we're gonna have, but just having the first LAN, I think that's a huge milestone. Being able to see these guys, it gives you a little bit of a, what the future can possibly look like in terms of competitive esports, Axie, and all of that.
Yeah, totally. And I think with Axie Esports being so new right now, we've got a lot of players that are currently playing Axie every single day. I mean, millions of daily active users. And when it comes to esports, I mean, we're starting to see growth in the numbers, but we're still in the thousands when it comes to average concurrent viewers. So to me, that says there's a big gap there. There's a lot of Axie players that are competitive. They're trying to learn the game that haven't quite dove into esports yet. But it seems like we're just about ready for our first matchup. And I'm excited to see what we have in store here between Eruption and Boarknock. And what do you think, Theban? You got a sneak peek at some of these Axies. Like, how close to the meta do you think most of these players are? Are you feeling pretty confident? Captain, my captain, Mr. Coach Theban?
I think they got some really strong Axies, that's for sure, but I can't really say, any of these are like super meta. I would say they're like top tier level Axies, but to have like a super meta Axie, you're gonna be playing, some mechs, maybe, some double bug comms and stuff like that. That's what we kind of see lately. But Boarknock and Eruption, I believe Boarknock is the fan favorite coming into this tournament, so we're going to be able to see probably what people who believe is going to win the whole thing in the first series here.
Yeah, absolutely. From what I've gathered, Boarknock and Kookoo are two of the fan favorites, both by MMR, looking very strong as well. Boarknock came prepared, and there it is. That's a warrior taunt if I ever saw one. Eruption giving it right back. Oh my gosh, it's heating up already.
Yeah, they got the names mixed up there.
They do. I was gonna say Boarknock's looking pretty buff. He's really tacked on the mask since I saw him last. It's a small little error there, but comical nonetheless. Obviously, the players though suited up. They've got the phones ready, and I think we should be able to jump into match number 1 pretty quickly here.
Yeah. I love how much fun they're actually having out there. It really makes me miss LANs. I know, in like real competitive LAN settings, it's not like that. But that's also where I come from. It's like Dota 2. It's a team game, right? So you got to be, like very serious and, you can't show any weakness. But here it's like they're just having fun. It's lovely. Like you're just trying to be yourself out there.
Yeah, it's true, actually. You know, we come from the Dota space, you and I, so we're used to that team element, and like the team morale really matters. And we've certainly seen that like dynamic of communication breakdown. But in these 1v1 games, it's just you. It's how do you communicate internally? You know, how do you come back after the unlucky crit comes and get out of tilt zone? I guess in some ways you don't have to worry about teammates to tilt you, but in other ways you don't have teammates to help bring you back from the ledge when you're ready to break your phone in half because you got unlucky.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, let's just speaking of tilting, let's hope that Eruption doesn't just snap his phone there, because it looks like he could do that very easily.
It could totally happen. It could totally happen.
Meanwhile, Boarknock, he was. I saw him, stretching his fingers, preparing. Like, there you go, getting some shoulder stretches in there too. Make sure that you don't misclick any of your cards or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it is true. And that's like, I've learned the hard way in Axie how much card order matters, especially when you're playing against control and stuns and all sorts of things where card order is like potentially game winning or game losing, right? How you order those cards, how you use your zero costs, like these are the little nuances that make Axie so exciting, because it often does feel like a game of inches when it comes down to that final moment. That one little misplay you made in round 2 can come back to haunt you in round 6.
Oh yeah, definitely. And another thing that's really cool about Axie is like even they have this amazing replay system where you can just go and watch a replay right away. And these games are so fast. You can learn from whatever mistakes that you made. If you've lost a game, you can go back, check it out. Like you said, like this whole card ordering and like the mind games that you play against your opponent too. Like you don't know what they're gonna play in every situation, so you always have to account for that as well. Like, are they going to put up a shield? Are they not going to put up a shield? Like, Axie Infinity has so many layers, and this is why I love this game so much.
Yeah, and one thing I learned from you recently, and even in this season, I came in a little rusty, and I forgot how important it is to think about the 1v1. I overheard one of your coaching sessions where you kept talking about early game and late game, and those are terms you hear a lot in like Dota 2 and League of Legends and these these esports where you might have a match that'll last 45 minutes and there really is a true late game. But Axie has a microcosm version of that. The 1v1 at the end is the late game, and you need to position yourself to have the biggest possible advantage when you get to that point.
Right. And speaking of the late game, there are situations where you have Axies that can even win battles 1 versus 3. And some team comps are built in that way. And the reason why that could happen is because at the end of the game, all your cards are being drawn onto one Axie. So you have all this like kind of infinite resource in a way, as long as you have the energy to be able to play all those cards. So again, like so many really cool ways of being able to play this game. Oh, we're underway already.
And here it is. We're underway. So round 1, folks, there's no delay. So it does start a little bit quickly. A lot to digest here, Thieben. It looks like a lot of bug action. Double bug bird on the left side for Boarknock.
Boarknock.
Plant bug bird for Eruption.
He's got a really meta team right here. Double bug Pocky in the back line. It's a bird version, not an aqua or a plant. It's also got a double talk, so it can go through shield quite easily. There's so many discards going out. Eruption, he's got the single bug in the middle with the hair bird in the back. They call it the Elijah/Indes bird. And then he's got the slapper, the mama slapper sandal plant at the front.
Slapper.
Yep.
I love that. All right, so round 1, let's see who's going to get the better of it. A lot of discard, as you mentioned. And looks like there's not going to be too much out of this serious energy steal, but that cactus will do a little extra damage at the end.
Eruption, like he knows this matchup, it seems like, because he's just throwing all his cards out turn 1, knowing that the double bugs are out there to discard your hand. And look at that, turn 1, everything's gone, all the cards are gone. There's no cards on our screen anymore.
So who does this favor more, or is it just a wash? That was a pretty even round 1, actually.
It is. Well, having the plan at the front here, it's very, like, if you had a sandal, it would have been amazing to be able to slap that bug down. But because there is no sandal, Eruption, he did come out, with less health on his frontliner, as the plant takes more damage against all these bugs and doesn't deal so much damage against the bug either. And you can see Boarknock, he's going with the watering can. and the Parasite to try and finish off this plant. The double bug splat is going to come out from Eruption, and I think that will also kill the frontline bug of Boarknock. But it's going to put in last stand, I believe.
Gonna be close. Is this actually gonna be enough damage? I think.
Oh
it might
yeah,
just...
definitely.
Oh yeah, it is. All right,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. I'm underestimating the bug swatter, but yeah, 3 ticks of last stand now for this front line, and a little more discard action.
Eruption's in a really awkward position right now. That last stand makes him not want to use any cards, which means Boarknock is going to be able to get 2 really clean discards off here. And next turn, that bug is still going to be alive because of those 3 last stand charges if Eruption doesn't decide to play a card right now.
Boarknock's looking pretty confident right now. I can't tell if he's just projecting confidence or if this is the real thing, but he seems pretty comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And Eruption's actually going to switch it up here, and he is going to try to go for the kill on this last stand and also get a card draw out of it, which, well, not going to work out so well with all these discards, but I see where his head's at. Oh, indecisive.
Oh, he
Okay.
decides to pass. An Eruption, he's going to be in a lot of trouble now. That last stand bar still left. It means the bird cannot get to the midline bug quite yet.
Oh, this is so precarious. And now he's going to think about trying to play the carrot. Or hare, rather, I should say. That's confusing, as there's another carrot.
Yeah, there's a carrot in there.
There's multiple carrots here. This is...
So this is, I mean, Boarknock is just in an amazing position right now. And the reason why he's so confident at the moment is because that midline bug, it deals so well with birds. You got the big armor, you got the fishneck available. You know Eruption has very little cards left in his hand. Oh man, Eruption. He's in a little bit of a pickle. You can see here, he's thinking really hard.
Yeah, I've been in this situation a couple of times, and it feels bad. It feels like no matter what you do, it's like, all right, I just had to use a card to like do a 1-tick last stand.
That Pocky. Ooh. Coming in with a clean hit there, Zayari. Onto that midline bug. And we saw earlier in the game, Eruption playing both of his sandals on the frontline bug. So he actually doesn't have the bug splatter available for the midliner now, too. Uh-oh. That's another bug splat coming.
Very rough for Eruption right now.
Yeah.
Sandal on sandal action.
You know, Eruption, he looked like he was pretty chill going into this, but right now I can see the tension.
He's sweating. And remember, these early rounds are only best of 3s. So they do go by quickly. You lose this first match, and you're just 1 away from that lower bracket.
Okay, well, there is a good chance. Wait, hold on. Eruption, he's going in for it. He's playing all 4 bird cards here. Is it going to be enough to actually kill this bug? I think it is.
Very close.
He's going to turn this around. No way.
He's got this. This is the kill.
Got him.
Oh my gosh, Boarknock. You can see it in his face. He knows. He's done so.
No way.
Wow.
No
Eruption with the read.
You know, the whole time Eruption didn't want to play those cards because he's afraid of the fish snack. But then Boarknock didn't have the fish snack. I believe it was already discarded earlier in the game.
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Now both sides going to play a lot of cards here. Boarknock's still going to hang on to a 1 energy advantage.
I mean, the biggest problem here is Eruption's bird is a lot faster because Boarknock has 2 beast cards on his, or beast parts on his bird. So even in the 1v1 situation, Eruption has the advantage. That's it. It's over.
This is looking like a game 1 for Eruption. A dirty fear. That's going to be a double or a single miss. You can see the frustration in Boarknock's face right now. Yeah, I think an unwinnable position for Boarknock.
Yeah.
The speed is going to be too much, and that's going to be it. You see the disappointment in his face. This is a man, he knows.
Yeah, look at Eruption. He's like, I told you so. I told you I was gonna take this game. And Boarknock, he's already down first game here. That's insane. I mean, he was literally 1 fish snack away from actually being able to seal that game out. He didn't have it, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, I love it though. I mean, that's just game one. We have what, 15 series that we're going to cover today, and our first game of our opener, a pretty good match, right? Very close, down to the bitter end, and there was a big turning moment where, God, speed, Axie Infinity, name a more iconic duo, right? Those moments where you have the advantage to get, or the opportunity rather, to get the kill on an Axie that the opponent is going to play cards on. Those are big moments. It's such an energy deficit when you don't get any value out of those dead cards from a dead Axie.
Right. And one thing to speak about that game in terms of Eruption's composition, he actually had 2 Mama Sandals on that team, right? So that was actually kind of favorable for him going into that double bug matchup. Plus, he had the bird that is faster than Boarknock's bird too. So in a way, he kind of had the stronger matchup as well. Like, he didn't get the bug splat on the plant early on, so he couldn't get value from it. But that was a really solid team from Eruption. I am very impressed right now.
Now, do you expect the Axie switch up? That's always the big question, right? This is where the next layer of mind game comes in.
Right.
Do you play the same old? Like, you kind of assume this might be a comfort zone for these players. How deep do you go in trying to read the opponent and the likelihood that they're going to change? And then how do you factor that into your own comfort zone?
Well, I think Eruption's team is super legit. Like, he can stay with this team. That can be like a lot of teams, right? That covers a lot of weaknesses. Boarknock's team, like, I feel like he's the one who's gonna have to change now, not only because he lost, but he's up against this double Sandals, and that doesn't seem like a really good matchup as well. Having your bird be slower than the opponent's bird, it just seems like he's gonna have to be the one who has to change up.
Boarknock did bring an Axie that it's a plant, but he does have turnip, so he could potentially try to mix that in and look for an option against this backline bird. But these players know what the other players have as well, so that could be an opportunity for a curveball of, maybe Eruption decides to switch the bird out, knowing that could be a weak point. There is also a Gravelant Axie with some cute bunny there that Boarknock's got that looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure he'll switch into that, but that is a funky looking Axie with the bone sail back as well. Is that the bone sail bumpy? Is that a bone sail bumpy Axie?
No. It's Garish Worm on it.
Oh,
yeah, there it
I
is.
see.
He's playing it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, they got the sides mixed up right here, but it's definitely Boarknock on the right side. The Eruption, he's running back the same exact team on the left side. He's got the Aqua at the front, so that Bug Splat is not going to be so strong into that Aqua, but Cactus and Hot Butt can do a lot of damage. And it looks like Eruption is taking his time to think about playing his cards. See, that's
so again, the overlays are backwards here, folks. I just want to say that again very loudly. Eruption are the Axies on the left. Boarknock are the Axies on the right. We've got the overlays wrong, so it'll be a little confusing here.
Ooh,
sorry.
Ooh,
oh, that's a lot of poison.
Ouch. Yeah, no. I mean, I was going to say, like, you probably wanted to play that Parasite and the 2 plant cards at the front, because that plant is not going to live 2 turns against Boarknock's team, right? There's so much bug damage and beast damage available. So what's going to happen now is Eruption is going to go with the 4-card play onto this frontline Aqua, and he's going to play the Cactus, which is going to be covered by the Egg. I would say maybe he should play the Egg like a little bit, earlier in the order in case a crit comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good thinking. See, those are the little nuances that don't even cross my mind when I'm playing bird cards.
Exactly.
This is more than enough damage, though, to kill this frontliner.
Yeah, it should be. And what Boarknock is doing, what Eruption is doing here is so smart, right? He knows Boarknock only has 2 energy. As long as he plays this Egg, deletes it. Like, with that 2 energy, it's actually impossible for this bird to die, no matter what. So it's such a clean play right now. He didn't end up playing the Cactus. He played the Parasite instead. Oh my goodness, that crit. Eruption is in a great position at the moment.
All right. This frontliner going down soon. Looks like we'll get a single balloon from this backline bird.
And that balloon is not going to do anything because Boarknock is playing the Garish first. That's going to remove the fear off of the midliner, and then the midliner is going to go through with the Gravelant onto that bug, stopping the bug from being able to play the Sando, the Parasite, and the Pinsir next turn.
And there we go. We've got our updated overlays here. Boarknock leading this best of 3, 1-0 so far, and in a pretty good position here to maybe take this one 2-0. All right, there's the Gravelant, one of the fan favorite cards, Theban. Not a day goes by where I don't get a tweet about the woes of Gravelant.
Listen, I also hate Gravelant a lot here.
It's a good card.
Okay,
that's
so
statement.
It looks like Eruption is going to try for another egg play here again, expecting some, like, not a lot of damage to come out. And it's a pretty solid gamble, I would say. Like, he knows that Boarknock has 3 energy, that bird has the potential to die, but there's just so much bug damage that the bird might just be able to tank through it regardless.
Look at the intensity, dude.
Yeah.
I love how it starts with memes. Everybody's shaking their butts at each other. Just 15 minutes later, we're in game 2, and everybody's like, all right, cover your mouth, hand on face. Like, these players are in the zone.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
Look
and
at
I love
Boarknock.
it so much.
Look at him. He knows he's screwed. This is a disaster.
It is a disaster.
It's dead. The midliner's dead. It's a
Oh,
2v1
dear.
situation.
And this is a tough 2v1 as
Yeah.
well. This poor little Aqua really not well positioned to win this.
Yeah. He's trying to think, how can I possibly clutch
He's
this
looking
out?
for the big brain. Right now he's looking around for things to throw at Eruption.
No. And that's the thing, Aqua's, even if he's relying on a crit, they don't crit that hard. It's only about like 30, 40 damage. It's not much. And look how much shield this bug has right now.
Yeah, this is like a no option kind of scenario. I appreciate how hard Boarknock is thinking about this, trying to come up with a solution. But, okay, this is creative, so he's going to try to stockpile some energy. But,
Another
oh, wow,
crit!
even gets crit on top of that.
Another crit!
You can tell Eric's like, ooh, I feel a little bad.
Wow.
I feel a little bad. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
I mean, he's going to send him straight into the lower brackets. This is unbelievable. The fan favorite in the first series is going to get 2-0'd here.
See, but this is big. Now Boarknock, he's going to have this opportunity to make
hang on.
the run through the lower bracket.
Yeah, play the fish snack. Okay, you know what?
Is there a
Eruption
chance here?
almost scared me for a second there because he took off all his cards. Nah, there. Yeah.
Yeah, the fish snack makes it even harder.
Exactly.
Eruption definitely came prepared with anti-aqua type setups here.
This is so good. And that bird is going to draw a card next turn. And that Aqua, look at Boarknock. The shame is sinking. And he's like, no. What a disaster. Eruption, he can't hold his smile. He knows he's got this.
Boarknock knows how many people are watching right now. I think we've got a casual 40,000 people on the Filipino stream on Facebook right now. So a lot of pride, a lot on the line here for these Filipino All-Stars. But this is going to be Eruption taking the very first series of the day with a nice 2-0 at that.
Damn.
Stalwart in his composition as well. Going to play the same comp two matches in a row. I love it.
And he's going to what? Secure himself top 6 already? Eruption?
Yeah.
You know
That's true.
what?
Oh, and the 1 HP also. That's just the demoralizer. That's what I call those. The straight demoralizer. But congratulations to Eruption. Yay! You see the confetti in the background. Perfect.
Yeah. At least we don't have to see Eruption snap Boarknock in half after...
Exactly. At least they're friends instead of enemies. Make love, not Warcraft. There you go.
Maybe Boarknock, he's like, I think I win by losing, technically.
Well, there it is, folks. That's the first series in the bag. We've got a lot more to come, but that was a great opener, man, and an upset already. When we were looking at sort of the spectrum of MMR and the different strategies that some of these players are accustomed to, we were a little worried that some of the favorites might start to run away with it. But already we're seeing that's not the case, and that Axie is a game where reading your opponent matters more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, Eruption had a great, very well-rounded team, and he actually played well too. Like the way that he used his cards, I think there was only like one small play I would have done differently. But other than that, like it was an incredible showing from him, and I'm very impressed. I think maybe some of these talents, you know, they've really buckled down, got some training going that we don't know about, and are here to, you know, here for that AXS because there's a lot of money on the line.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, a lot of pride as well. This is, you know, not the biggest prize pool, but being the first like official Axie Infinity tournament, winning this one. I mean, there's also a hell of a trophy. We saw it in some of the intro videos, but there is a trophy here and these players couldn't be more excited to fight for it. Here we've got Roadfill. Some of you might know him as Moymoy. That's the channel he's normally on. He's going to be up against Myrtle here in our second upper bracket first round. Best of 3. Myrtle, well known for her cosplay. Recently been in touch with her. I know she runs a scholarship as well. She was one of the motivators to actually start this tournament, one of the first influencers that we talked to, and she planted the seed. And it's amazing here months later that we're actually at the event. We've got players on site in the studio ready to battle it out. God, man, I'm still busting that we're finally here. We've been planning this thing for actually 2 months now, and it just feels surreal to actually be here hanging out with you, Steven. Love it. So glad you could join me.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad that you invited me too. This is so much fun. I gotta say, like it's a really it's a breath of fresh air. You know, I've been doing Dota 2 for over 12 years or 10 years or whatever it's been. And being able to do a different game like Axie Infinity and seeing, you know, meeting different kinds of people online, it's just been such a pleasure these past months.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been on the Axie team now coming up on 7 months, and it's been a hell of a journey. I never would have thought that my most valuable asset would be a Mystic Axie. I mean, I never thought that would ever be a thing that I would say out loud, but this community has completely blown me away. You know, that Miami meetup we had, I met so many managers that were talking about like the social impact, and every single one of them had like an anecdote that was just so emotional and amazing, and like so many hugs and so many tears, like in a good way. But you go to these meetups and you meet these people in real life, and you see that this community is really something special. It's much more than just another group of gamers playing another game. Sure, we are mostly gamers at heart, but there's something else going on here, man. There's something really magical at work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, community is everything, right? And we just got to keep on building. Like, everyone is so early right now. Like, I just can't imagine where we're going to be 1 year from now even.
It's true. It's like the time warp, the hyperbolic time chamber. But excited for this matchup here. Myrtle versus Roadfill. I think it's Roadfill. I've seen his name also without the A, Rodfill. I'm actually not 100% on the right pronunciation. So Moymoy, I'm so sorry, my friend. But I think this is actually going to be a good matchup. And I think these are two of the actually lower MMR players that we have. Myrtle, I think, spends more time running her scholarship. And I think she's also been on the Filipino Big Brother. She was on one of those. So she's been on like some reality TV stuff and actually done some really cool acting gigs. But here we go. We're in game number 1 already, Theven. The action don't stop here. What do we got?
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's another bug in the middle with a Arco Cute Bunny backliner, a Pincer Hot Butt frontliner for Roadfill, and Myrtle. She's got an Immortal Plant in the middle with a mech in the back. Wait a minute. That mech... That's a really strong mech, I'll tell you that.
So we got 2 Nutcrackers. Is that Jaguar on the back?
Hero. That's a Hero and an Arco.
A Hero and an Arco. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
And it's got Mavis Eyes, which I just want to throw out there. One of the best Mystic parts in the game. Sky Mavis, the namesake of the company. But got the cattail in the front and the Bidens in the mid. I love this use of zero cost here that Myrtle's got. This is very meta right now. You're covered against the poison, and that cattail... that is a card I underestimated for way too long, my friend.
Oh, definitely. It's really has a surgence at the moment as poison teams kind of took a fall a bit, and the bugs started to rise. The cattail has become way more valuable. And we can see here right now, turn 1, Myrtle has lost a lot of health on that frontline plant. Has a lot of cards on it. I would go ahead and play all of those cards to try and get some value out of this plant right now. Yeah, go ahead. There we go. Playing the beach, playing the sando. Myrtle not afraid.
Myrtle's got it. I love that we can also see when they put the cards up and bring them back. You know, it reminds me of like the item queue in Dota 2 a little bit. So you have these moments where you say, all right, I know what they were thinking. They thought this. Oh, wait, no, I changed my mind. I love it. I love that we see Myrtle with an adaptation here. And I think it is going to work out. She is going to throw even the Nutcracker in the back line.
That's a lot of damage coming out from Myrtle's side. That's 5 energy worth of cards being thrown at this frontline plant right now. Roadfill, he saw his face here. He's like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of cards.
And I think it's going to be enough for the kill because she's got the cactus in the back. Hot butt into cactus.
What's weird here is I think Roadfill actually thought that Parasite was going to be able to kill that plant off. But, I mean, even on its own, it wouldn't have been enough damage.
Yeah. Didn't quite do the math on that one.
Yeah, and now Roadfill's in an awful position. Look at the resources in his hands. Even if he does bring this plant down, that immortal plant is going to be way more difficult to kill.
That is a classic immortal plant in the middle, right? That's the hot butt zigzag cactus Bidens. That is the meta plant tank right now.
I mean, normally you play that with the bird, so you have the option between using the bird as your late game Axie, or like using the egg to get your bird killed off and have the immortal plant at the end. But Myrtle is using this mech at the back who does ridiculous amount of damage. And it looks like a very classic pass turn here for Myrtle. You know, it's at 4 energy. You haven't really seen the fish snacks come out from that bug yet. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, maybe not. It looks like thinking about going in for the attacks. Does have the 2 heroes available, which does do a lot of damage thanks to that skill bonus. Oh, big damage coming through.
This hurts.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be enough to kill off that bug. The bug does take less damage against the from the cactus.
Yeah, even with the extra damage, it should still not be enough. 25 HP. Okay. Roadfill's still in a really tough spot here, though. A 1 energy advantage for Roadfill. And he has the Terror Chomp here. Okay, he's going to go for a Terror Chomp combo, but it's not really going to be much of a combo.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where Myrtle is thinking, okay, do I play everything on this plant right now? You know, thinking about the cute bunny. The ordering is a little bit off here, but mainly because she's thinking, oh, okay, if I play the hot buff first and there's no shield on that midliner, I won't be able to heal.
Right. That was exactly where my head was at. You see Myrtle's making that face like, uh-oh, I see Terror Bunny, I get nervous.
Yep.
It's going to work out just fine.
Oh, the big crit! The big crit! I mean, it wasn't going to kill the bug, but that crit means the mech is now completely exposed.
What a swing. Oh my god.
And the cute bunny too.
Oh
Roadfill
no.
draws his next cute bunny here. It's available, and that mech, if it doesn't play 3 cards, that bug is going to live again.
Uh-oh. Come on, Myrtle. Come on, Myrtle. Assume that he top-decked it. He's got the nuts right now. He's got... Oh, this is so brutal. These are the moments. That's a poker term. That's a poker term. That's you draw the best cards. You top-deck.
I get it.
Out of context, it sounds worse than implied. You got me. But look at it right now. He's praying to the Jiho god.
Is that like... I think he's casting a jutsu or something there, but yeah.
Oh no, Myrtle needed to play a 3rd card.
Oh no.
I understand why she did that though, because you think like, all right, is he actually going to draw the 1 card to make this combo happen? And he did top deck it. So
yeah, I mean, he was going to draw it, right? It's round 6. By round 6,
true.
you would have already drawn your entire deck.
Okay, that's true. You're right. Round 6 is that like magic number, all things equal. Okay, that's a brutal spot.
Right. And here, no Arcos available for Myrtle. Can't speed up on this hit. Myrtle decides to play 3 cards, you know, already traumatized by the cute bunnies.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Myrtle was in such a good spot, and how the tides have turned, and now I think Roadfill's going to have it, right?
That is a lot of damage coming up, but Myrtle can put up a big shield here and
So she's
maybe
got, like,
possibly
a-
get some crits as well. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
She needs to play out. Okay,
it's
she's
not
got the
gonna be
right
enough.
idea.
I think Myrtle's dead here.
I think so too.
Yeah. That is way too much damage. I mean, the goldfish is
Wow.
gonna do a lot more as well. Yeah, looks like game 1 is gonna go Roadfill's way here. Boom.
And yep, there it is. That Nemo's gonna be
Just enough.
the topper. Wow, that was tight.
That was.
It looked like Myrtle's match. That crit was significant. It was still well played though by Moymoy towards the end. Like we talked about in the opener, how important those 1v1s are. And towards the end, he definitely got the better of it. If she had played that third card, what was that, round 5, I guess, round 6, and killed the bug, maybe it would have been at least more even in the 1v1. But that was a point where Moymoy really got a big advantage there towards the end.
Yeah, considering the 2 backliners, you really wanted that Immortal Plant to stay alive a lot longer because the mech can't really tank through the Aqua that easily, right? You got the bad body matchup types going on there.
Yeah.
It looked like a really good start for Myrtle as soon as she got rid of the opponent plant. But that bug, man, these bugs, they're so tanky. This is why I love bugs right now. They're just so strong. There's so much outplay potential. You got break wall potential. Plus they discard your cards. It's just an absolute nightmare to play against.
Yeah, that situation that Myrtle was in there with the mech in the back, I feel like that's been me recently. I have one mech, and I've been playing with a double plant, the double healer front line, and I've had some comps where I put the mech in the middle, and then some comps where I put the mech in the back, and it's all opportunity cost, right? And sometimes it works out really well having your mech in the back when you have this tanky front line, but sometimes that happens and you're like, why do I have this mech? He doesn't win 1v1s. And it feels really bad. So I guess you can't feel too bad though if you're running mechs because they are tearing up the meta right now.
They're so strong.
They're still top of the scene, right?
Oh, they're definitely one of the top tier Axies, and the best Axies haven't really been bred quite yet. People have been working on it ever since season 19 dropped. It's that twin tail furball with Arco and Goda. Ideally, I think you can make arguments for other mouth cards as well, but that mech is gonna be wrecking very soon. Yeah, it's very interesting. That's one of the situations where we kind of were hoping that Myrtle was playing a bird in the back, because then you would have an easier way not only to kill that bug, but also have that 1v1 matchup where the bird has a better situation, or you can just let your bird die and let the Immortal Plant be 1v1 against the Aqua. Oh, it looks like Roadfill changes his team. Myrtle sticks with the mech.
Okay, I'm all right with Myrtle staying the same. I think she's got a really nice meta lineup here. The double plant, mech in the back, beautiful stuff. But Roadfill, he's got a beautiful bird.
My goodness. I see 2 Mama Sandals on Myrtle's side on turn 1 here. That's gonna hurt.
That's actually so brutal.
That's gonna hurt. That's like a dream draw right there. And we also have a last follow-up cactus coming through. Post-fight from Roadfill on turn 1 as well. I'm not so sure if I like that play though. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that damage. But it's not gonna be enough to kill off the bug quite yet. That fish snack turn 1 was so important for Roadfill to have. He's got another one now with a parasite. I feel like this is a situation where you need to get value out of your bug here, especially, you could think that... Yeah, exactly. And Myrtle's going to be underplaying, trying to kill this bug. She's got to play that Nutcrack.
Oh, no, she's going to try to switch it up instead. She's going for the value. I think Myrtle trying to big brain a little too hard here. I understand exactly where her head's at. She wants to try to finish off the bug, then still get value out of the beach. But this is one where you want to try to cover your bases and get those
it's going to be okay,
cards.
though. That beach should be enough to be able to kill that bug off here. I think we'll see very soon. But it's kind of like a follow-up, right? It's kind of like a follow-up attack to your other one. Oh my goodness, 1 HP.
Oh, no.
That's painful.
That is so painful. Oh, Myrtle in such a tough spot now. The 1 HP bug, she got double discarded on that last one. And now he's going to drop the egg. This is a very interesting play from Roadfill, but he wants to keep this bug alive even longer. And Myrtle, she might get dead carded here. Nope. Okay, she's going to play on the cactus tank instead.
That's Roadfill's play right there.
Oh, that's his. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
was looking at the wrong colors. You're right. Wrong immortal plant. Although he doesn't have zigzag, so not actually immortal. Wrong serious plant. My mistake, my friend. Oh, no.
Well, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, that Axie's gonna live. That plant's gonna kill the bird here.
Oh, my
This
gosh.
is huge!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, never mind. He transferred the debuff, so he kills the bug first, and then the plant dies. So it still has very good value, regardless.
That crit
So-
doesn't matter, at least. So that's good. Good for Myrtle.
Very good for Myrtle to be able to play that, like,
This
get that
isn't
value
so
out
bad,
of the
though.
frontliner.
This 2v2, this is like relatively even, right? Like Myrtle's not in a terrible spot here. Got to be careful of that double talk, though.
You got to get them low enough first. And Roadfill is at 2 energy. It's gonna have to, save some resources first. Going for this one single cactus here, I'm not so sure how I like that, to be honest. And Myrtle putting up a lot of shield. Maybe she's
Okay.
lost track of how much energy the opponent has. But yeah, that cactus was completely wasted, at least.
Yeah, she does play at extra Bidens, but not too bad. Gets the hot butt, so that'll prevent any kind of serious steal. Now it's a +1 energy advantage for Roadfill. And he's going to drop a hot butt of his own.
Interesting. And it looks like Myrtle is gonna pull the trigger here on that beast, on that mech right now. I feel like this is a situation where Myrtle would do so much better if she was patient, waited for that second Arco, because the way you win this game is by either killing that plant off with 2 Arcos, being faster than the bird, and deleting the bird the turn after. But
So this is
in
one of these weird situations. Yeah, it's a 3 energy advantage, but he's so low on HP. Like, who's actually in the better spot right now?
has to be Myrtle.
Yeah.
Has to be Myrtle right now. And it looks like it's going for an egg play onto this plant.
With the double talk.
But
Is this combo going to be enough damage?
Well, Roadfill is looking to transfer that egg debuff off.
Right,
So
okay.
I don't think there's enough damage though, anyway.
Me neither.
413. So it's like 240. Yeah, that's not enough damage.
It will be with the cactus, though. That would put... Oh, no, that's Myrtle's cactus. My gosh, I did it again. The colors. All right, we'll see here. I love the use of the egg with the blackmail, though. Very, very, like, smart synergy there. It's not enough damage, though. And now Myrtle's going to get the kill on the enemy frontliner. Does get a 2-charge last stand, though.
This is so good for Roadfill. Assuming Myrtle doesn't play any shield here. He's actually going for a double serious play?
This is what Zyori would do. This is the Zyori play, dude. I would absolutely do this, thinking like she's going to pass. I'm going to get crazy value out of this because she wants to stockpile cards.
But look at Myrtle. Myrtle's going to put up at least a 50 shield here from the Bidens. If she puts up one more shield card. What? No! Don't!
No! Oh, no! I think she's still okay. I think she's still okay, right? Because
yeah,
it's still
she's fine. She kills him
3/3
here.
energy.
She's won the game.
Yeah, she's good.
I mean, I guess the mind games, because like, if Roadfill went for a all-out shout there and killed off that plant, and then Myrtle goes for the double Arcos like that, like one Arco doesn't make you faster than the bird, right?
Oh,
that
you
would
need
have put
2.
Myrtle in a
Okay.
horrible position. Exactly, because mechs need 2 Arcos to be faster than the bird. But anyway, it kind of works out. The plant lives, the plant becomes the body for this mech, and then the mech can just now delete this bird since it's already so low anyway. And we're gonna have a tie series here, Z.
All right, that's going to be it. It will go to game 3. You can see the look on Roadfill's face as it slowly sunk in of like, I don't have a win condition here. I think I've lost. And look at Myrtle. She looks relieved. She's like, this game's supposed to be fun, and this is stressful. Can I go back to cosplaying now? This competitor stuff is not what it's cracked up to be.
I think both of them are stressed at this point. Yeah. It's actually so funny to watch. Like, you know, before the games, it looks like it's all fun and games, but then now that they're playing, you can see that, you know, these guys are here to really compete. They really want to win. Like, yeah. I love that. I really love that.
Yeah, no, me too. And again, I love that these matches are coming down to like inches. I mean, even that one was very close, and towards the end, the mind games were real. You know, I've heard memes on like TV shows and stuff of, you know, players playing chess, and there's like two players that are really good, and then you have one guy that doesn't know how to play, and he's able to beat high level players because he's totally unpredictable. They've never seen his strategies before, so they just get completely caught off guard. Obviously, that's entertainment, but that does translate into the real gaming world, where being unpredictable can sometimes be your greatest asset. Even if you're not making like the highest expected value plays at every single turn, if the opponent misreads you, that's king, man.
Yeah, definitely. That was actually quite impressive.
I'm sweating, man. That was intense. That was hype. We got our first game 3.
I mean, there was a situation where if like Roadfill just went for the post-fight play, and then Myrtle goes for those double arcos and then doesn't get faster than the bird, you know, and the last time gets removed, it's really awkward. But I mean, it kind of ends up working out in the end. Like that was actually extremely impressive from both sides.
The double serious though. That's so funny. I see that and I immediately think I saw myself in that play. You know, I love playing my triple serious comp, so that's just close to my heart. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know me, Thievin. You've seen my silly Axies. I play carrot serious on my backliner so that I get an energy no matter what you do. Yeah. That's one of my favorite combos. It's not fun to play against, but very fun to play.
Dude, you say that, and there's actually triple plant teams that have triple serious, 2 poisons on the front and the middle in the top like 100. Like they literally win in Blood Moon every single game. Like they just go to Blood Moon to win.
Maybe I was ahead of the curve. It's a slow grind, I can tell you that. I almost set up one of my scholar accounts to do that, and then I realized that seems unethical. That's
dude, if you
fast grind to the top.
that's the worst. Yeah, and give them 60 energy while you're at it.
Yeah, there you go.
They'll spend 24 hours playing to finish.
Also, I love the Axies in the background. I don't know what the name of that official hat is, but I love the artwork, the Axie with the classic Filipino hat. Absolutely love it. Shout out to our production team that put that together. But here we are, game number 3, Myrtle versus Roadfill. Looks like we had the sides messed up again. Maybe we'll get those overlays back. But we do have Myrtle on the left, the Myrtle and Josh Axie farm. And on the right, we have RF, that's Mr. Roadfill.
Yeah, and he's gone back to the first team that he played in this series. And Myrtle gonna get another shot at trying to beat this. And turn 1, they're just letting it rip. I mean, it seems like that's the pattern so far.
All right, and a double cactus here. Not gonna get the extra damage as we'll get our beautiful cameras back. That is, okay. I see somebody in Twitch chat. He said, I've met Theben twice in the Axie arena before season 19. He always gets a crit in round 1, but I've won both times. I don't know if that's a true story, but it certainly made me laugh envisioning
I don't think I've ever got a crit round 1. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, boy. Anyway, here we are. So, looks like Roadfill going to play a lot on this front liner. And it should stay alive. Myrtle going to need to play another card on that backliner if she wants to guarantee the kill. Thinking about it here. She does have the 0-cost heroic in the back, and she won't go for it.
Okay. A single Arco. Interesting. So that was like, from Myrtle, you know, a slight underplay there. If there was a hero that came out along with that Arco, that plant would have died on the spot. And all of a sudden, you know, Myrtle is not looking too good anymore. We remember in game 1, this was a bad matchup for the end game between the Aqua and the Mech for Myrtle. Roadfill, you know, he should be very happy with the situation that he's in at the moment. Yeah, you can see his face right now. He's like, yeah, boy. I got
He's gonna
this.
drop another
Look at him.
double discard.
He's
which
got the
is-
victory dance already. Is he? Look at
Yeah.
him.
Well, he knows what he's going to play here. Like, the double discard is so brutal because Myrtle's already struggling to stockpile cards on that backliner.
Yeah. And Myrtle, you know, like, it's traumatizing for her, like, that last turn. And now it has to spend another energy to kill this plant off. That plant only played a 0 cost as well there on the pincer, so it doesn't really lose anything.
At least it's only a single discard, though. I mean, I think Myrtle has a chance here if she can keep this frontliner alive, and she does have both zigzags drawn. This is one of these rounds where I'd probably be tempted to start playing some zigzag just to, like, you know, preemptively assume that there's going to be a little more damage coming. And,
Right.
All right, both sides are going to play quite a bit. Myrtle with a 3 energy advantage right now.
Ooh, a crit.
Oh,
182 crit
my.
there. That was helpful.
Yeah, that's to say, it's not like a game-ending crit, but relevant. Absolutely relevant.
Most definitely. I mean, that's
Certainly
like,
wishing she played the double zigzag right now.
yeah. That was like about what, 50 extra health, I believe. And
Oh
now
my
the
gosh,
cute
look at her
bunny's available
cards
too.
She draws 4 cards on the front liner, so she has no option for the mech. She's already got a lot of energy.
Yikes.
Oh
That's-
no.
You gotta play everything here. Like, you don't really have another option. You gotta
Yeah.
try to keep this plant alive. But playing the zigzag first is a complete disaster because the cute bunny is gonna be coming out now.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, this is another situation where the cute bunny is going to get great value. When you're playing cute bunny on your backliner, it feels so good when you get these speed sandwiches where you can just drop it like this and get full value out of it.
Speed
Oh.
sandwiches. I love that.
Yeah,
Nice term.
the double miss, and yeah, Myrtle's frontliner going to be in some trouble here. It is going to survive another turn.
Roadfill, you know, the aggression just keeps on coming out, and that plant is looking super dead. And you can see that Roadfill, you know, he's not going to give mercy in any situation. Just playing both of his 2 damage cards along with the Nemo as well with it. Myrtle, you know, you can throw out that nut and the Arco onto this bug, but it's not going to save you later on against this Aqua.
Yeah, I don't know if she has a great option either way. This is a tough one. Oh, he gets the style crit. Obviously, that
And this
actually
bug's
was
gonna
dead
live
anyway,
too.
but that was a
I mean, our last
demoralizer.
stand. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 charges as well.
Got a cute bunny available?
If she plays the 0, will this take all 3 charges?
No. You need
I didn't think so.
each hit onto a last stand removes 2 last stand bars.
Okay.
Yeah. So Roadfill is considering just passing here. You know, let Myrtle have to use 2 cards onto this bug, and then next turn go with a big shield play and hopefully get some Arcos as well.
Fingers crossed. A really tough spot for Myrtle. It is going to be the pass from Roadfill, so she'll finish off the front liner. 1 energy advantage on Roadfill's side.
Oh, the 2 Arcos. Roadfill's got him, and that's going to put a huge brick on this Aqua, which the mech already has a hard time dealing damage to.
Yeah, there's no way the mech gets the kill here. Even with the triple Nutcracker, it's a decent damage draw, but it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, and Roadfill is going to be able to draw 3 damage cards the next turn as well, since he's already got both of the Nemos in his hand. And this is looking so grim for Myrtle.
Yeah, playing with her card order here. Is there any way that Myrtle wins this?
Let's say you're going to need to get triple crits on this mech, and I don't even know if that's going to be enough
So it's
to
gotta
kill
be
this
something
Aqua.
crazy. Yeah. So say I'm like running through my brain for win conditions here, and I don't see too many. There's one more Nutcracker to go, and no crits,
Yeah.
not quite enough.
Okay, yeah, you need Myrtle needed at least 2 crits on those nutcracks, essentially.
Hey man, crazier things have happened. But
Yeah.
you see the frustration. Myrtle in last stand, and that should seal the deal. This has been a tight best of 3.
Whew. Roadfill, look at him. He's just chilling. He's like, yep, I got this.
He knows it, man.
That's going to be a fun series now. Roadfill versus Eruption.
Yeah.
That's going to be legit.
And our final turn shall commence. You can hear the casters in the background. There it is. So congratulations to Roadfill. Another great series. That's 2 series down so far, and it's just heating up here. The best of 3s, the handshake, there it is. So Myrtle will go down to the lower bracket here in round 1, but well fought. Very much contender in that series, and had a moment where we thought she could take it, but good work as well to switch up the lineup. That was when we talked about that strategy, right? Game 1 had a good option. Game 2 switched it up and couldn't take it. Then he went back in game 3 for that original comp, and that was enough to take it again. So that speaks to some of the mind games and that little bit of trial and error you get between game to game in these series.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Myrtle has a few more options, because those aquas in the backline are going to keep giving her a difficult time in this tournament. And maybe a bird with an eggshell. Like I said this before, I think that could be a really nice addition to her team, or something that she could be using with that Immortal plant, because she's got a really strong team. I'm just not the biggest fan of the mech in the back with the Immortal plant.
Yeah, it does seem like having that eggshell in the back line just gives you so many great options to manipulate the mid game in terms of you get to decide when you sacrifice your bird. And sometimes that can be like a super powerful mechanic. You know, talk about catching the opponent off guard. That's like a great mind game tool. And I love having tools like that, even if you don't really use it, right? If you don't have that moment where you can execute some really big brain play, it's just one more option that the enemy has to consider in your arsenal.
Being able to outplay your opponent is like super, super important in Axie Infinity.
And here we go. Jillian versus Charess coming up next. I believe it's Cha for short. This is going to be another good matchup here. I think these two relatively even, if I'm not mistaken. Let me scroll through our MMRs here. Charess about 1,600. Jillian, I think around 2,000 right now. So Jillian actually been on the grind quite a bit. Charess, one that I think you and I had labeled our dark horse for this event. One of the, there's some really popular folks in this event. She got 230K Facebook followers, so certainly popular in her own right, but I know Charess has a lot to prove in this event. And she's the one that she flew in all the way from Cebu to attend this, correct?
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Those two look like they're the most tense out of our series that we've seen so far. I think they're going to be taking this very seriously. I know that Cha, she was one of the ones who decided to have a coaching session as well. Like, she's serious for sure. Like, wants to do well in this event and wants to be able to, win at least a few series, right? I think for these talents, like the number one thing that's on their minds, like, I don't want to get last place. That's for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. It's you're right. There's a lot of battles, right? Everyone wants to be first, but only one player can make it all the way. So there is that counter side of, well, I don't want to be the first one out. That's a different kind of trophy there. But I love the style of these two contestants. I love the hair coloring. I love like the warrior stripes they've got going on. It's important, man. Aesthetic matters when it comes. I mean, I know that you've had some different hairstyles in your day, right? As a pro Dota player, it's important to have the right look. You got to instill fear into the hearts of your enemies. You got to be able to look your opponent in the eye and be like, I'm not afraid to dye it pink. That's what's up, bro. That's
you remember.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of regrets nowadays because my hair is not very happy with what I did, Like, I loved it. It was very fun, and I wish I could have continued doing it. But, when you get older and you start losing hair like that, then it's not fun.
All right. Well, that is good advice for all the youngins out there. Take care of your hair because you'll miss it when it's gone. That is definitely true. But man, these contenders do look serious. We've got match start, and here it is. No rest for the wicked.
Ooh.
Charess
All right, let's
versus
take a
Jillian.
look.
Yeah, what do
So
we got?
Jillian has a... So starting on the right side, Jillian's got a little owl bird with a mech in the middle. Very strong mech as well. With kind of like an immortal plant at the front with 2-0 cost. Oh my goodness, this turn 1 play is insane. That Dusk is super dead. And Cha is playing her Buntena team here. Antenna plus cute bunny, that's what we call it. Buntenas.
I like it. So it's triple antenna, but only 2 cute bunnies, the frontliner and the backliner.
No,
and
they've all got cute bunny. Just it's hard to see.
Oh, there
on
it is.
the
You're right.
bug.
I'm colorblind. I see the pink on the red.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're right. So it's triple
What?
antenna, triple bunny.
Jillian
Card
decided
draw,
to remove
crit.
the post fight in the end. Oh, now it's gonna live. The Dusk is actually gonna live because Jillian decided to remove the post fight last second there. She
What's
had
the-
the right play in mind, and then
At least she's
backed off.
protected from the energy steal, though. And for
Mm-hmm.
those that are maybe a little bit newer, I know we've got some new fans to Axie Infinity. Antenna is basically the equivalent of Sirius, except
Yeah.
you have to play it with other antenna cards. So they always have to be comboed
Oh
together.
man, this is huge. Cha, she's going for the antenna plus the Biden's play here on that frontliner to try to see if Jillian is gonna actually underplay this. Is gonna be able to get at least a hit off and steal 1 energy if this is the play that Jillian goes with.
Both sides thinking about it, and here we go. Nemo, that's an energy gain. First antenna, that's an energy steal. Frontliner survives again. No energy to steal this time, but a +3 advantage for Cha right now. And is this zigzag even going to be enough for the kill?
Oh
No, 4 HP.
The underplays. It's hurting Jillian so hard right now. All it took, Z, was that post fight on turn 1. Right?
Yeah.
You get the post fight, you get the
Yeah.
3 mech cards, that would have been a dead Dusk. And
Yeah.
this game would have looked so hard for Cha, but now...
Yeah. Ventolin caught me. I should have said chained. I said comboed for the antennas. I did misspeak there.
Wait,
My apologies.
what is this play here? I'm not so sure I like this one, though. Just a casual Nemo plus a cute bunny.
You want to stockpile those Nemos. You want to use them at those moments, end last stands. Like the 0 costs are so valuable once you get towards the late game. And you can see, like for Jillian, she's got both all-out shouts. That bird is a scary weapon right now. She's ready to
Yeah.
load up the long 9s with this little guy.
And there's no fish snack available either here for Cha, so this is looking super rough. I think Jillian has a really strong hold on this game right now. But Jillian's definitely considering the fish snack, so it's going to go with the egg and then the post fight right after to remove the stun if there is a fish snack. Yeah, it looks like Jillian's going in for the kill here. And Jillian doesn't mind the bird, being killed off because that mech is an amazing matchup against that Dusk in the back.
Man, here's the big damage. See you later. And well played as well. Not going to take damage from that last 0 cost. I guess does overplay slightly, but at least keeps the bird a little more healthy. At this point, Cha in a very tough position, though. I would say basically no win condition here in this 1v3. Not even crits can save you from this one.
Maybe if those were like aquas or something where the dust body type can benefit, it would be okay, but it's a mech in the middle, so this is real bad. Jillian's just waiting for this plant to die, draw the cards on the mech, just throw all your damage cards the next turn.
Yeah, and this is like kind of the drawback to the Buntena. It can be really good, especially depending on how that opener goes, but your 1v1 is brutal, right? You got Antenna and Cute Bunny that basically have no chain options. Not basically, they don't. So you feel like you're not playing at full power when you're in this kind of a position.
There it is.
Ja
The
making
pigeon
that
pose
face.
first, and then the egg right after.
Yeah.
Rip. Jillian's just super chill. It's like, I know I got this.
This is just
I know I
another
got
day
this.
in the office for Jillian. Cool,
Exactly.
calm, and collected. I love it.
This game was a slaughter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Jillian with a bit of a blowout here in game number 1. There's the smile, a happy Jillian. You know, I don't know if that's hair dye or just red lights that are shining down. I can't tell, but either way, it looks awesome. I love it. I love the aesthetics. Probably the most one-sided match we've seen so far, but it's only our 3rd series. So we certainly expect, maybe a couple of these series to be blowouts. Hopefully we have mostly close matchups, but that's how it goes sometimes. And now the real question, do we see the comp switch? Do we see Cha stay committed to the Buntena, or do we see the full switcheroo and go to something completely different?
Well, that was a really bad matchup, I think, for Cha. You have this frontline tank on Jillian that has Bidens and Cattail. Cattail, amazing card against Buntenas. And then when you add the Bidens in there too, you got 2-0 costs that can remove the cute bunny effects before you get attacks off as well. And you don't have to spend any energy to use that too. Then you got this mech and then the bird. No, bird has the post fight. Like that Dusk at the front just got absolutely deleted. Especially if the post fight was played on turn 1.
I really loved the post fight on birds. Like, I've played with birds a little bit, and that is one of my absolute favorite cards. It just does so much damage on a 0 cost. It's a little scary knowing that, all right, I can only use this like 3 times before my bird is dead. But having that glass cannon power, it really does catch people off guard. And now we've got a little gravel ant mixed in here. Jillian has switched things up. And it looks like Cha is going to stay true to the Buntena here. Same exact Axie lineup.
Yeah, Jillian did change it up. That Gravelant. My goodness. Jillian's got some really strong Axies. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So what do you call this midliner that she's got with the gravel ant Pocky? It's
That's
it's
also
sort of like
an immortal plant. That's also an immortal plant, yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking that. I'm like, this is a nice take. Although Jillian, she gets a crit out of the gate.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
And no energy was stolen either.
Good
That
fear.
cube bunny, yep, exactly. That's gonna save that Dusk from going down. It's not Pocky, it's a Little Branch. So how Little Branch works is...
Oh, my bad.
When you pair it with 2 plant cards on the same Axie, it has a chance to crit.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks similar to Pocky at least. Man,
Exactly.
I'm showing my noobness right here, Thief. And see, that was just a pop quiz to make sure that you did your homework, man. Good job. I was just asking for all the people in Twitch chat that were confused.
Oh, this is a bad turn for Jillian right now. Look at her hand. It's like there's no real cards that she can play. So she's just going with the 2-0 cost. And Cha is going to be able to steal 2 energy right
Big
here. She's going to be
punishment here.
very happy about that. And here we go, Jillian. What you gonna do? You got the 2 little branches in your hand. Cha is gonna go with the hot butt plus the Biden's play. And it looks like Jillian might be underplaying this. 265 health on Cha's side. Oh man.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Once again, same thing. Wanted to get that heal off on that frontliner. But it's gonna result in that Cha's Dust to survive another turn here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get a little heal on this frontliner thanks to the zigzag. Very intense here as we come into round 4. 2 energy advantage for Cha at the moment.
It is very tense. There is a
Yeah,
post
this
fight
is-
available on Jill, but she might be wanting to hold that for the bug in the midline, against the fish snack later. Nope. Gonna toss it out right now. So this is interesting because now you won't have the post fight available for the later stages in the game against that bug.
Yeah,
Going-
in round 4, so still going to be a minute before this deck resets. This
Oh,
will find
okay.
the kill on the Dusk.
Yep, and Jill is gonna go with the Gravelant onto the midline bug to also cover her energy. So the bug is not going to be able to play the fish snack next turn, but Jillian only has 2 energy worth of damage from that bird since she did use that pulse fighter just now.
Still a nice energy advantage for Cha. How destructive is Gravel Ant going to be right here? Obviously very good against the bug.
You got to use it here again, I think.
Just keep the chain going.
Yeah, keep the chain going. Get to your 3 energy on your bird. Try to kill it next turn. The only problem is, like, can you really get to 3 energy because of the potential antennas that come out, right?
Yeah.
There's still 1 more set left. Jillian must be thinking about that. Nope, it's going to go with the double Bidens. That means that bug has complete freedom next turn.
Okay. Yeah, these are the scary moments. And this is where Gravel Ant, like, it's a really powerful card, but you do have to make sure you're always thinking a step ahead with it, right? And now she's got the double Gravel. But is it going to matter? Thinking about big damage from the bird in the back, Cha is going to basically play out here. Double Nemo from the backliner. And
Jill gonna go with the egg play too, sacrificing that bird. That bird's about to soak in 5 energy worth of damage.
Ooh.
Zayori. That's rough for Cha. This is what Jillian really needed to be able to come back into this game. Like, this Gravelant is extremely important, right? But that being said, though, that bug is still very tanky. I don't even know if Jillian's going to be able to get through that bug with just having 2 energy. That plant is about to be in a cute bunny lock.
Such a great use of the eggshell, though. Perfect situation to sacrifice the bird. Exactly what we were talking about before this series started. A wild 1v2. It is an immortal plant. Let's see if it lives up to its namesake here. Gonna play the double Bidens.
Yeah, I wouldn't play the bunny right now on Cha. I think it's much better if she just went with the shield first. And then next turn, when she draws the bunny on the bug, then it becomes far more useful. You know Jillian is going to try to just throw out all the damage at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this. I think Cha has just made a little bit of a blunder here. Uh-oh. That's a dead bug. Yeah, you really could not afford that bug to die there.
That is a healthy looking plant. I'm getting nervous for Cha right now, buddy.
I gotta tell you.
As we discussed, like the Buntena, this is where it's weakest in this 1v1.
Listen, Cha had it. I think Cha had it in the bag.
Wow.
And now, because she didn't play that shield on the midline bug.
You see the forehead, the face palm. I think Cha's
she knows.
realizing it right now. She's running it back in her head. It's not over yet, though. The Gravel Ant is going to be very oppressive. She's got a lot of energy, but just no options to play cards here.
Yeah, I think you're a lot more optimistic than Cha is at the moment.
Yes. I think you're right. The Immortal Plan is going to live up to its namesake. And what a play from Jillian as well. She won the first match and then, or the first game in this matchup, and then still switched out that midliner to this different Immortal plant. Good read on the Gravel Ant, and it has definitely had a big impact on this match here. And now this 1v1 feels, dare I say, impossible?
It's pretty impossible. Like I said, if Cha just kept that bug alive, just play 2 shield cards. Next turn, you're gonna draw the cute bunny on your midline bug. Like, then that plant comes into a cute bunny lock after that. But because she just let that bug die, having 3 cards in the middle, like, that was just.
And there's really no option here to even push for a draw if you're Cha, because the zigzag is gonna give Jillian the option to just keep hedging your bets when it comes to the Blood Moon Curse, right? Like that little heal will just keep topping you off. It adds up quite a bit.
Watch. Lil Branch crit. Is it coming? No. You don't get it.
Oh, Little Branch. Yeah, and there it is. One more tick of Blood Moon, and I think we're coming up on the final round here. Cha is going to last until round 12. She's going to keep spamming out the antennas. But this should do it. Jillian going to find herself a nice 2-0 victory over Cha here with a very impressive set of Axies.
And there it is, the final crit.
Bam!
Send them to
the
the graveyard.
demoralizer. And there it is. Cha with the hands on face. Jillian is stone cold, man. I mean, we're getting some smiles here now that she's won, but she is a killer. This is a straight shooter for upper management right here. I'm loving the vibes out of Jillian.
I'll tell you one thing. Jillian's teams looked ridiculous. Like, those are some top tier Axies that she's got there. And like you said, the adjustment was really good. That egg play where she was able to soak in 5 energy worth of cards into that bird that had literally 100 health or something. Like, that was a game changer. Like, Jill was so far behind. But I will say at the end of the day, Cha did make a little bit of a blunder. I think she knows it, that she messed up, but that was her game, right? That she kind of let go. She's going to be beating herself up a little bit over that, but hopefully, she gets rid of the nerves and comes back strong in the lower bracket.
Yeah, that's the thing to keep bringing up here. It's double elimination, so everyone's going to have at least 2 chances. It's a one-day tournament, so it is sad to think that like elimination rounds are right around the corner. We've got our first 3 series in the bag. We're going to have our 4th round 1 upper bracket matchup coming up next, and we are going to get to see one of the Axie fan favorites, at least, coming up in this next matchup. The great Kookoo Crypto will finally be making his appearance here. And I think we're all quite excited about that. Here you go. Here's the head-to-head. Hezelya, she's going to be the opponent and a worthy challenger at that.
And a Dota gamer.
Yes. She's played with Bren Esports, I believe. That's what we got in our history. And she is a very serious gamer. She started her Dota journey in 2020, so still, working on the grinding the MMR, but I like the vibes, dude. Dota and Axie Infinity, 2 of my favorite games in the entire world.
Yep, definitely. This is going to be very interesting. Again, Kookoo was, the other fan favorite, right? I think it was Boarknock and Kookoo that people were like.
Now, remember, though, we got an MMR tally, and I don't know how much Kookoo has been grinding in Season 19. I think he's only at like 1,600, 1,700 MMR, something like that. So, obviously, a huge history. I remain confident. I'm bullish on Kookoo, but, is he up on the meta right now? Is he going to be prepared? Has he done his research? I know he was on holiday last week, so he's fresh from vacation. I can't imagine he was doing too much esports.
He's got a nice
stuff.
tan.
Yeah, dude, exactly. He's just been hanging out in the sun. This guy hasn't been doing esports. And I think he's been working hard on the back end, right? Like on the scholarship side, you see that YGG merch that he's rocking. He's got that sick jacket. So, shout out to YGG and all the work he's been doing over there. Not to mention, Kookoo is one of the community leaders for Axie Infinity on the Filipino Axie server, which is huge and has tons of action going on at all times. So what I'm getting at here is Kookoo has his hands full. So despite him being a fan favorite, despite him having a lot of Axies to choose from and a huge history in the space, I don't know if he's in his best form when it comes to esports, Theban, and that might give Hezelya some options here. That might give her a chance to take the money and run, as they say.
Most definitely. I mean, she's a Dota player, so she's competitive, right?
Yes.
And she's probably prepared herself. I mean, having seen all the players so far and the teams that they brought and how they've been playing, like these guys have been preparing for the most part, right? Especially Eruption. Like, I feel like he kind of played like close to perfect, right, in his matchup against Boarknock, and he was able to upset Boarknock as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another upset right here.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. So we will have game 1 of our 4th series coming up momentarily here. And just for the cadence today, to keep you all up to date, after these 4 series, we're going to have a quick break, and then we'll be coming back with a little bit of an icebreaker game so we can get to know our players and talent a little bit more, and then we'll be back for more bracket action. The entire bracket will be done today. So just a one-day tournament, but we're excited so many of you could join us already. Here they are getting wired in. You see the admin over there talking to Kookoo, giving him the instructions.
Man.
BYOC here, keep everybody safe, not sharing devices.
I mean, if I play in one of these lands, I'm gonna need to buy a new phone. I'd be too embarrassed to show my phone screen on.
I mean, look at Kookoo, dude. He's like playing on a tablet. He said, all right, you guys are playing on phones. I'm bringing the iPad, baby.
Damn. I mean,
he's got the big screen.
That might be the play, honestly. Like, it would feel so weird, right? Playing on a phone, like, you just gotta get something nice.
I
the
play
big
on
guns.
tablet or computer mostly. I only play on my phone when I'm like on mobile and I'm stuck somewhere and it's like, okay, I got 20 minutes. What am I going to do? Okay, I'll play an Axie game or two. But generally, I like the big screen. I like to sit back, you know. I need to see the cards in big text. I like big number, Theben. I see big number, I get excited. That's why I like dual blades so much, you know?
Well, if you like dual blade, then you'll like Pocky teams even more because they can do more damage with the bugs.
I remember Elijah explaining Pocky to me like 2 seasons ago, or maybe it was before that last really long off season. He gifted me an Aqua with Pocky on the top, and yeah, I got it afterwards, man. Pocky is insane how much damage it does. And especially with an Aqua, if you mix it with Risky, you know, it's that same kind of vibe as like the Risky with the dual blades. So you get the damage buff, and then you get the big damage dealing ability on top of that. This is, I mean, crazy synergy. I know. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a 300, I think close to 320 damage onto a plant when you combo Risky Fish and Pocky together. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
So here you go. Of course, it is double elimination, folks. So don't be confused by this bracket. This is just the upper bracket as it's labeled, but this is a quick refresher as we wait for Kookoo, Hezelya, game 1 to start. Eruption and Roadfill. That's going to be the upper bracket round 2 matchup. And then we'll have Jillian versus the winner of Kookoo and Hezelya. I think we are actually going to make a tweak as well. We were supposed to have best of 5 series all the way through the lower bracket, but I think we're going to make a change and make those best of 3 until we get to the lower bracket finals, just to make sure we stay on schedule. We are moving a little bit slower than I had originally thought. Maybe a little optimistic with the scheduling, Theben. That's classic Zyori, always optimistic. Well, there's still a chance she could win this 1v1. Nah, it's been over, buddy. You always got to look for the positives, though. So excited to get into the best of 5s, though, as the bracket continues. I think Axie really is kind of a best of 5 game as we get closer to like the semifinals, certainly the upper bracket finals. But, you know,
I agree.
Not afraid to make a couple of tweaks here and there as needed.
I think best of 3s is like the same as like a best of 1 in Dota 2, for example. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. I like the best of. Was it you who said that before? Like,
I might have. I don't know if I coined that or if I just stole it from somebody else, but I completely agree. I think we've both cast tournaments where sometimes a best of 3 can go by in like the blink of an eye, where you get a round 1 crit or something, and it's like, okay, game 1 was really fast, and then game 2 goes the other way. But here you go. We've got Axie Kiss and dual blades in this midliner from Hezelya, and Kookoo. He's running a Shrimpinator over here. He's got some backdoor with Gravelant on the back.
Sheesh, yeah, that's a really interesting Axie. Gravelant plus Scaly Spoon. So all the range cards damage get reflected back to the opponent. And then the Gravelant makes it so you can't use any, you know, melee cards. So it's a very interesting Axie there. There's a Shrimp there too. Kookoo's got an insanely strong team. But Hezelya, you got that mech with the bird. Same thing we saw earlier from, who was it, Jill, right? Who was running that comp. So almost identical to that one. Wow, and one more thing. That plant Hezelya is running is like a top tier plant. That's like a S tier plant right now.
With the cattail and the sandal.
Yes.
Yeah, this thing's like a meta destroyer. It's not the immortal plant, but it's an amazing frontliner.
Yeah. I would say it's close to about like 0.15 Ethereum at the moment to like 0.2, something like that. It's quite expensive. So here we have the post fight coming out. The mech also coming through with 3 cards. That plant looks super dead on both sides here.
Yeah, I think so. There should be plenty of damage here. And so, no last stand.
The idea from Kookoo is like normally when you play this Shrimp, you're trying to go for the backline. But he's identified that the midline mech is the most important Axie for him to kill off. Because that backline reptile of Kookoo can actually deal with the bird very easily. So instead of saving cards on that Shrimp and going for the backline kill onto the bird, he's just trying to kill off this mech.
Hezelya in a pretty rough spot here now. I'm always intimidated by these mechs with the Axie Kiss as well as dual blades. I find Axie Kiss very challenging to use. For the layman's out there, of course, Axie Kiss is that mouthpiece that looks like the X. And if you use it when the Axie is below, is it 50% HP?
30%.
30%. That's it. It puts on the debuff where you get a guaranteed crit. So sometimes can be utilized like in a last stand situation where you get off the Axie Kiss, and then it can guarantee crits forward.
Ooh, this is really cool. So Hezelya decided to go for all the cards on the beast because she was expecting some attacks from the shrimp. She didn't have the egg to be able to pull the shrimp away, so she put up a nice shield. Here, I expect Hezelya to go with the egg play, get the kill onto that shrimp, and sacrifice the bird off and get a 1v1 with that reptile with your mech. That should be the best possible play here for Hezelya. And if you're using the egg plus the post fight, that will pretty much guarantee that your bird will die. No, it's going the other way around. So she actually wants this bird to survive one more turn, which could be actually even better.
It could pay off.
Yeah, exactly. Because like now you have one more turn where you can use the egg onto the reptile and then like buy a little bit more time for your mech to draw more cards.
Okay, this is a good read. She gets the kill.
Okay,
and
no,
the bird is gonna stay
she
alive.
Sorry, she does pull it away. That's what I meant. She like not transferring the buff.
Yes,
and it stays alive here. Kookoo, what's the plan? You got 4 energy, which is a lot.
This is a really tense situation. Kookoo with full HP on this nasty solo backliner.
Yeah. So Hezelya should only be playing an egg here. Has to worry about the possible double scaly spoons that can come out. So playing the post fight would just get the bird killed off, and then Kookoo would just easily be able to kill that beast too. Right after.
I love the intensity of these two. Look at their faces right now. Both of them completely zoned in. The mental calculator in full effect. I think Hezelya's got the right read, but very much considering the options right now. Here it is. So this will be the sacrifice of the bird.
All right, here we go. The big clip. Let's see it. Hezelya, look at her. She's thinking like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I attack? What's going on? Like, do we just get a little bit low, go for the Axie Kiss play? But if the Gravelant comes out, then there's no Axie Kiss available.
Yeah. All right. So she's going to try to play out here.
Okay.
The big damage.
This is actually so tense.
She's indecisive. Look, she looks stuck. Oh, my.
So I feel like the best play might just be save the hair, play all the melee cards, right? Because that way you don't get hit with the scaly spoon. And the next turn you can go with like 2 hairs. Like you might just want to,
They're both indecisive. Even Kookoo's like, do I Gravelant this? Do I just go for damage?
Oh yeah. Okay, Kookoo. Oh no, Kookoo. I think you should have went with the Gravelant here.
Is this the crit? Is this the crit? Oh. Oh my gosh, it's enough. Hezelya's got it.
It's a draw. It's a draw.
Is it going to draw?
It's a draw.
Oh my gosh, it's a game 1 draw.
Wow.
Okay,
oh
well, now I'm glad that we've decided to change the schedule to best of 3s. You can see Hezelya frustrated. She thought she had the game 1. Kookoo looking smug as a bug in a rug after that. What a crafty play to take us to a game 1 draw, and that means we're going to start this one over. This best of 3 is just getting started. Oh my gosh.
That was actually crazy because the range cards made it so that she was losing HP, but it didn't bring her low enough where the Axie Kiss was triggered, right? And
30% is a brutal threshold, dude. That's like really low.
Yeah, and if Kookoo actually played both of the scaly spoons, then like she would have got that low, right? And then you're like in this area where the crits can possibly come out, or maybe you kill her if she misorders the cards. Like it was such a tough situation. I'm just happy that we ended with a draw in the end.
Yeah. So just for clarity here, when it's 0-0 like this, it's just a replay. So nobody gets a point. It's not like 1-1 or anything. The series score is still 0-0. And we're going to play this next game. And just like any other best of 3, first player to win 2 matches wins the best of 3. So in theory, if we were to draw again here in game 2, it would still remain 0-0. And we just keep playing until somebody wins 2 matches and takes the series. So that's the way it works. And, yeah, we're going to get a bonus game in this series, it seems like. So our first best of 5 here, Theben. There you go.
It's gonna
Wow.
be that's crazy. I want to see that matchup once again. Like it's so cool to be able to have those little, would you call it gimmicks? Like his reptile is kind of a gimmick, right? You got the Gravelant and you got the Scaly Spoon. It's like it's so annoying to play against. It's actually probably one of the most annoying Axies in the game. Plus he has Kotaro too, so you can actually get energy off like using a Gravelant and hitting a faster Axie, and then always being able to play 3 cards every turn.
Yeah, having that little bit of energy manipulation in the 1v1 is absolutely huge. It drives me crazy now to play the 1v1 without any kind of steal or energy gain or anything, because it feels like your options are so limited unless you really play for the late game and set yourself up to have that card and energy advantage when you really need it. But easier said than done in a lot of these situations. Maybe something else worth throwing out there as well in terms of the rule set. In between games within the series, it's supposed to be a maximum of 3 minutes. So if the players are ready earlier than that, if they don't want to change Axies, they can just ready up and decide to start it again a little bit more quickly. But in terms of making sure that things continue to flow and we don't have too much time to sit there and reassess and review replays, it's supposed to be a 3-minute limit in between the actual matches. So something else just to throw out there. And we've actually been going through them fairly quickly. They've just been long, intense, very close matches. And I'm not going to lie. I think when I was making the schedule, I was thinking, we're going to have some blowouts in there. There's going to be a couple of 2-0s that end in 3 rounds. And that just hasn't happened yet. I might have misread it. I might have misjudged us, which is good. I'm glad we're seeing things at a nice competitive level here.
I love the flow of this event so far. It's just like game after game after game, and you got everybody, on time, ready, preparing. Like we have just enough time to talk about, the players and what they might be playing or, who they are. Like if this is the future, it's amazing. Like especially coming from Dota 2, like from going from one game to the next game, sometimes it'll take an hour, right? And then you have like nothing to do in between.
Yeah, and we are going to have an icebreaker game coming up after this as well. We're going to kind of pepper those in at different points in the bracket. So we'll have these sprints of matches, and then we'll have some like little content pieces to break things up a bit. So still a lot of content to come, folks. It's going to be a great long day of Axie Infinity. We are really just getting started here. So game 2 of this series, it looks like we are ready to rock and roll. Kookoo going to be on the left this side, and Hezelya going to be on the right. And it looks like, are these the exact same comps? I think so.
Yes, it is. They're just running it back. I kind of feel, after having watched that first game, maybe it's not a bad idea to get rid of that bird early on, so that the shrimp body against the mech body, like the mech is going to have a hard time getting through the shrimp because of the weaknesses between the two body types.
Yeah, it's like if you're a mech and you're attacking a plant, you feel like a god. If you're a mech attacking an aqua, you feel strangely weak all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like night and day. It's almost jarring.
And Hezelya, like she was thinking about going in for a dark swoop play here. Kookoo also thought about going for a shrimp plus 1 goldfish. Like it kind of makes sense to go for the dark swoop play because the moment you snap that shrimp off, this mech becomes a god in this game.
All right, a lot of cards being played here. Looks like we'll have the bird. Okay, egg and then cleanse. So no aroma quite yet.
Yeah.
Hezelya going to hang on to 1 energy.
Oh man, that shrimp looks super dead. Kookoo putting up all his plant cards at the front, trying to get rid of this plant. And there's the egg into the transfer. The follow-up will be coming from that mech with the hero and the dual blade. Ooh, a crit. It's not relevant. That shrimp was gonna die regardless.
Okay. All right, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I still get excited when I see big number, but you're right. That one didn't matter.
We're
And
good.
Not enough
we're
for
good.
the kill here.
Oh man, Hezelya is looking like she's in a great position right now. And look at this hand from Kookoo. He's not going to be happy with this. Like, he doesn't really want to throw out the Kotaro or the Scary Spoon. Using a Graveland? No, that doesn't sound right
definitely.
either.
The Kitaro could be a play, but no. Okay.
Definitely. Ooh, Hezelya going with a single hair. I don't know if I like that. Like, you can kind of expect some kind of a shield coming out from this plant. Like, you're just wasting your damage. You do draw a card, but like if you let your plant die first and then you play your hair, you guarantee you're drawing cards on your mech and your bird only.
Yeah,
but that's all right.
Not a huge deal, but you're right. It does. Those little things start to stack up, and a lot of damage coming out of Kookoo. Nope, bit indecisive here. Thinking about the Kitaro bite, gonna be key as we get closer to this late game.
It looks like Hezelya wants to kill off this plant right now, which would actually be
in the zone.
Yeah.
I like the positioning here. Cover your hair or your face with your hair so that Kookoo can't see. You know, it's like a built-in poker face.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got the next level strats here.
It's true though, like when you're on LAN and you're in a game like this where you can see your opponent, like you're gonna be looking at them, right? You're gonna be trying to read like what's going on in their head. Maybe you can try to think about like what they might have. Ooh, guess that crit too. Oh, another crit. Oh my goodness, Hezelya is just blessed by G-holes today.
Must be. And now the 2v1, another similar situation where Hezelya sort of feels like she's got the advantage, but low HP on these Axies. She obviously does have the speed advantage, which is big.
And
4
Hezelya,
energy compared to Kookoo's 3.
Kookoo has to be very careful, right? Like, he has to make sure whatever attacks he does, it kills off that mech no matter what. Because if that mech goes too low and gets the Axie kisses off, like, you will die. So he's gonna go with the 3-card play here. Use the Kitaro first, guarantees that he'll get the energy no matter what. Hezelya actually going for the pigeon post and the egg. Gonna get the bird sacked off. Okay. So that could have been very dangerous. Like, if Kookoo actually had 2 scaly spoons there, Hezelya's bird would have died and the mech would have died too. So here we go.
Is this it? Does she have the damage?
Okay, so I think what I would do is go with the hair, then the 2 Axie kisses, and the dual blade after, so that you get just low enough to be able to...
Okay, just like last time, but you hope you hit the threshold. And
Yeah.
here she's thinking, I learned my lesson.
never
I'm just
mind.
going all damage.
I just realized there's only like 340 health on Kookoo.
Yeah,
This is just
I think
dead. This is just
the
dead.
math is there, right?
Yeah,
She's
this is just
straight
super
up
dead. Yeah, you
got
don't
the
even need the
damage.
Axie kiss here. That's just
Yeah.
a super dead reptile. Woo!
She either knows she has it and she's taunting right
she
now,
knows.
or she's like, I'm doing math and I'm so scared to somehow lose this.
Yeah. She knows, but she's like, is there something? Like, maybe she's just so excited, like, oh, I'm gonna
That's
beat
it.
him, at least a game here. Kookoo's like, no,
He's
not
shaking
like
his
this.
head. He's like, this is it. All right, there you go. Hezelya, she does take game 2, as it turns out in this series. After a draw in the first match, she's now going to lead 1-0. And look at that, stone cold, dude. Stone cold. Some smiles, but it mostly looks like a face of relief. And Kookoo here clearly tilted. Lucky that tablet didn't fly over his shoulder. I do like that Kookoo brought a stand for his device, though. That's how you know he's a hardcore competitor. This guy was thinking, he's like, I'm not holding this thing. I'm bringing a stand for my tablet. I love it.
Yeah, that was very nice game. I mean, the egg play with the pigeon post earlier, like it was risky, you know, like if there was a double scaly spoon there, it would have actually killed off the bird before, you know, the egg transfer or any of that were to happen, and then the mech would have died. So, but at the end of the day, it pays off because the next turn she gets her 2 dual blades and both her hairs that just allowed her to just close out the game on that reptile. And I'll tell you one thing, Z. Kookoo came into this series expecting that reptile to be like the god Axie, you know?
Yeah.
Like Gravelant with Scaly Spoon. Insane combo. You got the Kitaro. Like, I'm pretty sure there's probably only like 1 or 2 of those Axies in existence, like the one that he has.
I love the
So,
idea of it. You know, you
yeah.
disable melee, you force the range, and you return damage. Like the theory crafting behind that Axie is amazing. Like that was clearly crafted by someone who's played a lot of Axie and is really looking to big brain some new combos. So I love the energy of like where that Axie comes from. But yeah, it didn't make it happen that time. And it makes me wonder again, you know, will we see the switch up? That's immediately where my brain goes after a matchup like that. You know, it's so close. Do you just stick with what you know, or do you try to throw out the curveball? And you always have to balance that with like these are the opening matchups. So some of these players might have some like pocket strats with their 9 Axies that they brought to this event, but you want to be tactful about how you debut those, right? You might not want to pull out those pocket strats until you're a little further along, or you're at like elimination point where it's do or die.
Right. And one of the things about his team as well that I didn't like though was the energy, like the energy in his team, right? He's got 4 damage cards on that shrimp in the middle, 4 damage cards on the backline, and no way to gain energy either in the composition. I feel like he'll do really well changing up at least 1 or 2 of those axes. The shrimp didn't even seem valuable in that matchup, right? Like killing off that bird, what isn't as important? It's that mech that is the huge problem for him right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's where the shrimp. I don't know how you feel about it, but I've tried to mix it into some of my lineups, and I don't like the way that it feels. I found the shrimpinators like they feel like kind of a coin flip sometimes. If you get the combo and you can kill that really valuable backliner, great. But for me personally, it feels like the options are not in my favor most of the time. But maybe bad sample size.
You got to be able to draw your combo, right? Like that's the most important thing.
Yeah, just draw your combo, bro. Come on, just top deck the right cards. What are you doing, son?
But the thing about the shrimp is like there's some comps that it's really good with. It's really good with mechs right now. You know, you can put the shrimp in the middle, mech in the back. You kill off the bird Axie. Like if it's a bad matchup for your mech, if not, you can just go through the front. Then there's also shrimp with a immortal plant as well. That is also another really strong team at the moment where the shrimp goes to the back, kills off the mech first, and then
he's
immortal
taking it
plant
off.
Back. Ooh, okay, all right,
bro.
It's getting real.
Coming off.
It's getting real.
Up? Oh, here it is. All right, Kookoo has arrived, folks. From Gohan to Goku, from regular Saiyan to Super Saiyan.
Gohan to ready. Goku? What do you mean? Gohan.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Gohan did some pretty heavy lifting, if I really think about it. All right, that was a swing and a miss on Dragon Ball Z analogies. Fair enough.
You could have went with like Pokemon or something, you know, like you could have said like Charmeleon to like Charizard or something.
From Blastoise to Charmander. That doesn't make any sense. I know. But here we are. All right. Well, it looks like our admin is helping them get ready to load in here. Hopefully all is good in terms of being able to issue challenges. But game number 3 in this series, really what is game number 2 after that opening draw, will be coming up here momentarily.
I will tell you, Z, like you guys have really outdone yourselves in terms of this spectator. Like just the recent tournaments that I played, right, where if you want to watch a game, you know, there's like a huge delay, right, for like anti-cheats and whatnot. Like I think the game has to get to round 5 before you can watch what happens. And then sometimes the game just speeds up like crazy. Like right now, being able to watch it live, being able to see the expressions like on the players as well while watching it is just it's amazing. I love it. Yeah,
absolutely. And we have a lot of work to do with Axie and like the product offering for like lobbies, right? We need a lobby system. That is really the next step. Right now, Axie Esports has the most simplistic vehicle possible behind it. It's just add your friend, you can challenge your friend, and one of your other friends can watch your challenge. And that's it. And that's all we need to run tournaments at this level. But the next step of Axie Esports, we need a lobby system. We need the option to just select the right amount of delay for you. We need some, you know, like official Axie like drafting modes for esports. There's a lot we got to build, buddy. I mean, it always comes back to this, like we're still in alpha, and we say that because it's just the reality of our product offerings. Axie's amazing for what it is right now, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, and there is still a lot that we need to deploy. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think lands especially, are going to be like the future because like just watching this, being able to see the expressions on every individual, like every person, like every move that they make, like seeing the emotions run through their face is so entertaining. At least for me, it is. So
Yeah.
like that was something I was worried about, thinking like, okay, it's a card game. Like, how do you get that, you know, like the hype going? And like just being able to watch this right now, it has made me feel so good. Like,
Yeah.
it's so entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes me feel better about my matches too, because I think I make a lot of similar faces. You know, Axie is a game that can be very frustrating, even if you have good Axies, even if you're in this kind of like, you know, good situation. It's very easy to misread opponents, especially when you're playing online. And you're playing against total strangers. A quick update for any new viewers. This is our bracket, at least the upper bracket. There's a whole lower bracket we got to chug through as well. Kookoo and Hezelya. And once this series done, we'll be having our first little break with some icebreakers with the players. So winner of this one will be facing up against Jillian, that upper bracket round 2. And we will have Eruption versus Roadfill in that other semifinals up there. Already a pretty exciting bracket. And I mean, imagine Kookoo and Boarknock both losing the opening series and having to make a run through the lower bracket. I mean, that could be quite interesting already, seeing some upsets.
Who's impressed you the most, so like as of now, having seen pretty much everybody play?
Good question. I think Myrtle had a very impressive set of Axies. That definitely stood out. I think that first series, Eric Ty, Eruption.
Yeah.
I think he's my
Agreed.
number one right now, partially because of who he was up against. Like that was a really exciting opener. I think Boarknock was rightfully the favorite, and it's not like Eric just won that series by getting lucky or just throwing the crits. I'm excited. Like I'm all of a sudden thinking like Eruption might be making that run to the grand finals if we're not careful here.
Them Santos, man. Like the moment I saw he's playing 2 Mama Santos on one team, I already knew this guy knows what's up.
Yeah. You've been telling me about the sandals for a while now, man. You've been all about it. Yeah, you knew it. You read the room properly. It blows my mind how good you are at like. I guess that's part of just grinding and being at the top of the leaderboard. You have to stay on top of the meta, but I feel like you're always just a step ahead of me anytime we talk about the Axie meta, and I think I know what I'm talking about. It's always like, well, actually, there's something completely new that's starting to take over, and it's I'm just always impressed at how well you're able to keep up with all these moving parts, because the meta does change quickly in Axie.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like even when I play like in the top 10 or whatever, like every day there's like a new team that comes out or someone's playing something different. But then the next day you'll see something that comes out from like, you know, a week ago or whatever. And you have to constantly like not change your team, but you have to change your play style especially. And you kind of play against the same people. So you have to also understand what they do and stuff like that. Like teams up there are super optimized for, you know, what normally people play. Like I've seen all kinds of bullshit. See, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and especially since there isn't there's no unranked version of Arena where you can just kind of try out comps. That's like if you have a wild idea for a new Axie lineup or you want to swap one in, I guess you can challenge your friends and practice in like scrims, but once you want to try it in production, you kind of just have to queue up some arenas. So that actually does add a little bit of extra spice in terms of seeing different things that you might not ordinarily see. So hopefully we're ready to rock with this next game. Not sure what the holdup is here, but hopefully we're all good. Always, fingers crossed that devices are holding out and there's no issues. But looks like we're just about ready. So you guys are gonna have to listen to us a little bit longer.
I had an idea for you. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about tournaments and how it's so much fun, right? To be able to just play against other people, like, instead of like arena or something. What do you think of sit and goes in Axie?
Sit and go. So
like a sit and go tournament. Like for example, like you just, I mean, I don't know if that's the right term for it, but like,
is that like built into the game client where you can just kind of click like, hey, there's a tournament on now, and you kind of click go? That sort
exactly.
of thing?
Like you just join it, right? 8 players. Your buy-in is like, let's say 200 SLP or something, and then the top 3 get paid out for playing in the tournament.
Oh yeah, no, that would be so cool. That would
so
be
good.
I think an amazing feature. So it looks like we're resetting a device here, I think is what's going on. So both players taking a moment here. Again, Hezelya leads 1-0 in this best of 3. I see that gesture from Kookoo. Maybe it looks like we're
He's
a
praying
go.
to Jihos right now. He's like,
Yep. He's
give me
either
them
praying
crits.
for crits
give me
or
them
whatever.
crits.
Whatever technical issue he had has finally been resolved. Or he's talking to the coach right now who finally said, hey, buddy, we got this. We got this thing on lock.
He's like, hey, buddy, you can't be playing 4 energy cards on the mid and the back line. Change something up right now.
Get some zero cost in there. But no, I love being able to see the players on land. And I was so happy that when we announced this tournament, a lot of Axie fans responded like, oh my gosh, people in studio. Like this is what we've been missing. You know, online tournaments are awesome and they've filled a gap. And I'm so glad we've been able to compete remotely during all these global lockdowns. But there's some magic about having all the people in the space, being able to see the live reactions.
Got a game.
And here we go. We've got a game. So looks like we did hop in slightly late here, folks. This might have been related to the tech issue, so sorry about that. We're going to play some catch-up here. Theben, what do we got?
Well, it's round 2 and both plants are at 10 health. It looks like they've been just slapping each other up. The bird also seems to have used an eggshell on turn 1 here. And it looks like Kookoo has switched into a mech in the back as well. He's got a mech with Axie Kiss, Dual Blade, and Hero. So mech versus mech is a very interesting situation.
Okay.
Yep.
Different positioning, though. And here we go. We've got the cameras now. Hezelya still with the hair shield. A tried and true strategy at this point. Let's see if it keeps up again. Both sides now thinking about saving a little bit of energy. Both going to drop the hair. And that will finish off the front liner. Of course, Kookoo going to be the one to benefit from the card draw.
Yeah, his Axie is faster than Hezelya's. So that's a huge advantage, honestly. And look at that. Kookoo just going to go straight to the front. Wants to get rid of this mech right now. And if he gets rid of that mech, the game's just over. Like, that bird has lost so much health from having used eggshell, it looks like, on turn 1. So, yep.
Hezelya, she's got the right read.
You got to do
This
it.
is absolutely the right play here.
Perfect play. Gets the kill on this shrimp right now. Oh no, Kookoo, you're in so much trouble right here.
And you
Gotta
can see the
protect
card
it.
order as well. She's got the blackmail first, so that will not cleanse the aroma. So this should be big damage, and then we'll ultimately sacrifice the bird to keep the Hezelya mech alive.
I wonder if Kookoo should have actually read this play coming and had played the cards on the backline mech instead.
Oh.
But is it gonna last stand here? No, it isn't.
He kinks the neck. He makes the
no,
face
he
just like,
knows. He knows
I think I'm in
it's
trouble.
over. Kookoo.
And obviously, the bird survives as well, so now this 2v1 this is just
Hezelya,
impossible.
look at her. She's so happy. She knows she's got this in the back. That mech doesn't have Arco, so it cannot speed up.
Yeah, there's no options. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there's
just
no-
straight up can't.
Exactly. All Hezelya needs to do is just chill. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What? Hezelya, no. You don't want to do that. You just want to chill, get your cards on your bird, and just delete that mech the next turn. Right?
There's
You
no
just-
backdoor here, so you just let your frontline mech die. It feels
Exactly.
weird, but you get the
Exactly.
card draw, and then you just play 4 damage cards that are not all out shot, and you just kill the mech, and that's
Okay,
it. So
and
now,
then- The mech
Oh.
doesn't even die. And now you can kill it, right? You have your lower health, you're attacking faster. Hezelya's like, all right, time to go to work.
and here it is.
GG.
Okay, wow. I love that even though this, like, we had that moment where you're like, oh, it's just over. It still felt a little scary. I mean, she wins with 5 HP. But congratulations, Hezelya, huge upset over Kookoo. You can see the
Wow.
excitement. Kookoo, fresh off vacation. Now he's going to have to make his run through the lower bracket. Big congratulations to Hezelya. An adorable sweater as well. I love the bear. I love the style. And she's going to earn herself a slot in the upper bracket round 2, the semifinals. Big stuff.
Definitely. These underdogs making huge waves now. This is some exciting stuff here.
Unbelievable. Well, that's 4 series in the bag. Theban, we're maybe a third of the way done or so, not even quite. So we have so much Axie to continue here. I think we're going to take a look at the bracket before too long, but we're going to go to a break first, and then we're going to come back with an icebreaker game to get to know these talented players a little bit better. Thank you for joining us so far, folks. Stick around because a lot more is coming here in the Axie Infinity Creator Cup, Philippine style.
All right. How much time we have?
I think it's 5.
5 minutes? Okay, I guess I go use the bathroom first. Oh, so we're not coming back until like later, right? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, we are on camera.
Hello.